as this video has suggested at the beginning, I have watched the documentary This Is Paris. I heard her on the radio, I heard her on YouTube, and heard her on the news. And I thought, you know, it's interesting. It is revealing to me. It has revealed quite a lot to me, actually. And one of the things it has revealed is how much, to me, is how much my attitude towards her, because of this documentary, has changed. In the beginning, and especially when she got arrested and was let out of prison for the crime of speeding on a of speeding in her car, you know, I felt that she was a dim-witted, arrogant, rich, person, you know, and I thought she was very arrogant. And I thought, you know, you can, because you're rich, you can get away with anything, because they can just pay in America and in LA to just get off with things, and because they've got influence, people are scared to approach them and say, well, actually, this is what you shouldn't have done, you know. But you know, I see now that that was utter rubbish, total and utter rubbish. You know, as my dad says, Paris Hilton is not necessarily as dim as people are portraying her to be, or even that she is portraying her to be. In my dad's world, anybody who can make so many people buy the one pair of sunglasses, the one design of sunglasses, and pay for it is a genius. You know, there are many pretty girls in the world that could be models. Why should it be Paris Hilton? And he's got a point, because anybody can put on a silly high voice and just, hi, I'm Alexandra Negueta, you know, hi, I'm really cute, hello. You know, it makes me think, well, anybody can do that. Absolutely anybody could do that. And I can see where his respect is coming from. What he was really saying to me as a teenager is, in order to get that high, there has to be something underneath. So, you know, the whole idea that she got off because she was rich when she got caught speeding, I'm not too sure, because there's an aspect in that documentary that reveals her as a person, and I don't think that she wouldn't have told them her previous experiences and being genuinely upset. You know, the idea that Paris Hilton got off because she cried when she was put in prison, you know, because she just annoyed me. I just thought, well, you know, it's typical. If you're rich, you get off with anything. If you're rich, you're really safe. To a degree, that's true. You don't have to worry about paying the bills. You can make sure that you've got a little bit of influence because you've got a little bit of cash on you to give people when they need it, and people thank you for that, you know. But at the end of the day, I have much more respect for people who are rich now as an adult than I did when I was younger, because you're constantly in the spotlight. You know, the difference with Paris and the Kardashians and the Queen mum is the fact that they've cottoned onto this and decided to actually make a business out of it. You know, like the royal family, it's not a family, it's a firm, you know? They've become, they themselves are a brand, and their brand is then affected because it is them. And I think that's the downside to it. And Paris herself says that she's well aware of that. She's well aware of how people feel, that, you know what, the only way I can punish you as a rich person is by not buying your product, because you need to be taught a lesson that you're not going to get. because you've bought yourself out, or because they felt sorry for you, or because you have an unfair advantage over me because you're rich. The Simple Life was very much hate the rich porn. It really was. When you actually look back at it, it is hate the rich porn. And that is partially why I loved it. And it partially took, you know, it embedded into my mind that if I was sighted, I would be able to do anything, because she just goes into random places, into random jobs, and she can make a go of it. And I thought, you know, if I wasn't, you know, because I know I'm not that as dumb, I am very ditzy. I have to admit, my ditziness does hold me back quite a bit, you know. Let's not go into that, it's too embarrassing. But I am very ditzy, and I thought, if I am as intelligent as I am, then surely just like Paris Hilton and my cousin Michelle, I could make a whole load of money and make myself safe. Because the only thing that's really making myself safe at the moment is knowing that my parents earn quite a lot of money, or have earned quite a lot of money, and they're able to help me get housed. You know, I'm constantly reliant on sighted people. So to be honest, I think I just resented her because A, she was rich, and B, because she was sighted, which is really unreasonable. But the documentary, as it shows, is everybody is 3D, not 2D. And she's been brave enough to, sorry, I've got an itchy nose. She's been brave enough to start a campaign online called, I think it was, you know, Break Code Silence, about the school, the boarding school that she had been more or less kidnapped into. And I know it was like a product of the day and the time, and partially the Catholic ideals that she would have been brought up with. But I have to say, it is pretty shocking. It is very shocking in terms of the abuse that has come out of it. But to be honest, how shocking it is, I'm not too sure on, because if you give anybody power over somebody else, at some point they're going to go overboard, because power goes straight to your head. Power and influence are quite closely linked, but power definitely goes straight over your head. And I have to admit that I am a changed person for knowing about Paris Hilton, and I recognise now that even the Simple Life was only a really small window into her world, you know, and she is giving us another glimpse into her as a person, but she's making it quite clear that she wants this separate from her branding. You know, her brand made me as a person realise that even if you're born into a really rich family, like, you know, dirt rich, so you know, like Mo vlogs, you're not having to work to keep yourself happy or to buy new things because the money's just rolling in, baby, and you're not having to count it. It made me recognise that there is a certain emotional need for everybody to feel that they're useful in society, to contribute to society, unless they're abnormal, of course. If they're abnormal, they might not feel this way, but if they're totally normal, they want to contribute to the society that they're in. And, you know, that's where I and Paris Hilton can kind of meet in terms of what we want in the world, you know, in our little worlds. I want to be able to contribute to the society that has helped me, and they just happen, and to people who just happen to be around me. So I thought this would be a good quick foray into This Is Paris. Now, okay. Again, I was about to say, please subscribe and you know, subscribe to my channel, watch it, share it, and like it. And because I know that that is an expected norm on YouTube, and it is always useful to me to gain people's interest, okay? And it might be useful to you. So have a great day, despite the fact that here in Durham the weather is awful, and I wish you luck.